What's good? Yeah, episode 11. First of all, before I go into that, we're shooting this episode right now during a time where the whole earthquake scandal. So our thoughts and our prayers and our condolences, during this time, especially Ahmed. Our thoughts and prayers are with our brother Ahmed always. We love you, bro. Shout out to Ahmed. But without further ado, we've been trying to have this special guest on for a minute now. My boy Baraa, welcome to the show, bro. How you doing today?
Thank you, brother. It's a pleasure being here, on the show. Thanks for having me. I know we've been trying to set it up for a long time, with everything going on, everybody has been busy, but it's good to finally be here.
Welcome,
Definitely, bro. Finally, man.
welcome.
Appreciate that. And before we start, I know you already mentioned it, but yeah, I would like to, send my condolences to all the victims of this tragic event. Even though it's natural disaster, but the outcome was very devastating. It's hard to imagine what people are going through right now. So our thoughts and prayers, and we'll try to do everything we can to support, inshallah.
I mean, of course, bro. Just to add on to Bara's point, I mean, we talk about off camera all the time, but it's just a very scary situation, because everything that we go through in life, no matter how bad we have it, all our mental health issues, everything. I mean, everything can literally flash within seconds or minutes. So you just got to be to the point where you just got to be peaceful enough to just literally be thankful to be happy, thankful to be alive every day. And it can never be underemphasized. You know what I'm saying?
I always see it. I always see it as reminders of what's important in life, to be grateful for the things that you already have. I know, it's like a human condition, right? We're always chasing the next thing.
Exactly.
You start off as a kid, you want your first bike or your first video game, right? You reach a point, you see adults, they have cars, you want a car for yourself, you want a house for yourself, but it never stopped because it turns into two houses, two cars, a mansion, a private jet. Next thing you know, you want somewhere in space. They're already building hotels in space. So it's a black hole, right? It's like going down a rabbit hole. It never ends. It's a void that cannot be filled. So when we see people lose, sadly lose their life in moments, right? In moments, it reminds us that the only thing certain in this life is death, and you only have today, now, to make the most out of it. As far as anybody's concerned, today can be your last day. So the fact that we're able to communicate like this, express our ideas, the fact that we're able to walk out, enjoy the day, right? We have, good health. You're able to walk, participate in sports, make friends. These are things that, because we experience them so many times, we take them for granted, right?
Right.
So instead of, dwelling on the negative things, the things that we don't have, these events humble us and remind us to enjoy the things that we do have as of this moment. So yeah, it's there's always something good to, even though it's a bad and tragic event, there's always something useful to extract from it, to make things better for for the future, for future generations, and all of that, or for yourself, for your personal growth. Maybe you weren't thinking about before this happened. Maybe I know for myself, it slips my mind, right? I'm focused on myself and what I need to do for myself. These things happen, they remind me like, oh, there are people, and to this day, even in other parts of the world, that are suffering, that don't have enough to eat, don't have enough to survive, or been going through sickness and whatnot. So it's great, it's that's the great thing about um these things. They bring human beings together, regardless of the differences.
I think one of the things that, I don't know if you saw this photo, but when I was following it on Instagram, there was a girl she studies in O2 and she was posting what was happening in Vishnalik. I think they have a Mezuniet thing over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like one of the things
Donation.
that's really amazing that to see is like how united people can be in such a
Yep.
difficult
Yep.
100%. I mean, it's one of the small lights that's coming out. Like it's very united. And personally, this is what I liked about being in Turkey. For all the events that happen, people are always united. I don't want to talk about them, but işte yani.
2017, it gotta be mentioned. That was one thing I admired, you know. Regardless of differences, political differences, people are like, hey, you know, this is our country. We love it, we support it, we're out there. We're gonna protect what's ours. So yeah, you know, that's something I admired as well.
Long story short, bro, yesterday's a history, tomorrow's a mystery, today's a gift. That's why they call it present. You feel me? And
That's what's
just
up,
literally, like you just gotta live in the moment, bro. It's as simple as that. I mean, I cannot emphasize this enough. Even for me, I've been a victim of that. I'm still a victim of that. You know, you look around, you think of, oh, I have to take this many classes this semester. Oh, this earthquake. Like you kind of feel selfish in some kind of aspect. I was just telling y'all off camera, like, oh, so now this affects my plans of, you know, graduating, etc. Like, you just gotta take a deep fucking breath, relax, and tell yourself, yo, like at the end of the day, you know, this is all God's control, VC. And just literally, like I said, bro, be happy to be alive and just know that everything can, you know,
Yep.
gone.
In a
Like
second.
I don't know, it's minutes, seconds. So,
I believe there was an author, I think it's Paul Ekman, psychologist, right? I mean, don't quote me, I might be wrong, but I think that's where I remember it from. It was from a book called Emotions Revealed, right? So I think he talks about how, you know, these emotions that we experience are gonna happen regardless. Like you cannot not experience an emotion. Like if something triggers you, something makes you angry, it's gonna make you angry. The only thing you can do is control for how long it makes you angry. For some people, it becomes, you know, it becomes so small that they don't even realize that they're angry. They get triggered for a split second, and that's, you know, that's the essence of emotional intelligence. So yeah, when you say that, you know, I was worried or I was anxious, you know, that's normal, and it's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna change that. But it's about like how fast you adjust your perspective.
right.
Yeah, that's
right.
true. That's true.
So, without further ado, y'all, let's jump into these topics. Definitely. This is gonna be funny as shit. As we do with every guest, bro. First things first. Your first encounters with Leon and I, your preconceived notions. I mean, I know how. What's crazy? Okay, you don't know this too, bro. When these guys met, so they started METU 2015 fall. Bro, I was an 11th grader in high school. I was a velet in high school, bro. That's crazy. Like, so,
Yeah.
but dab on that, bro. Talk about how, like, you know, your first impressions with us and
on that. Okay. All right. So my first encounter with Leon. No. Okay. So it was the first time I saw him was a physics course, physics 105, if you remember that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So the moment I saw him, I was like, oh, okay, we got another brother in the house. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I was like, what's up with his funny looking hair? Yeah, like something like, you know, y'all know Tekken? Y'all know the game Tekken? I like he'd be looking like Paul from Tekken, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't really talk in that class particularly. I think we met like you know, we started talking directly. I think it was in our department. I think it was was it the drawing course?
Yeah, I think it was the introduction course.
101, or was it the other one, 102? I think it was
102. Exactly.
Yeah, so for like the first semester, we used to like see each other, but we didn't really talk. I guess because, like, you know, we were both new to the university, we're still adjusting and all of that. So yeah, but we met like, you know, second semester, and you know, we started hanging out. I mean, we started hanging out like occasionally at first, but then, you know, over time started hanging out more and more.
It was
But
mostly in the summer, bro. You remember that? Summer school 2016.
oh yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Exactly. But that was one heck of a summer, to be fair. Like,
That was
it was-
15 Temmuz Kızılay. Bro, I remember I was in 11th grade. I was here for vacation. So mind you, I'm going back home, back to, you know, PA for 12th grade. And so we come like normally every summer for vacation. That was that summer. And I was in, you know, we have a summer house in Mersin, obviously, y'all know. I was in Mersin that summer, and like, mind you, bro, like I only really come to Turkey on summer vacations for 1 month. So I don't really, y'all have more experience living than me in Turkey than I did at that point. So when I heard about, oh, there's bombings and everything, I was like, oh shit, like I'm really about to die. Is this about to happen? Like I had no idea what was going on, bro. Like especially this guy, this fucking Feto guy, he's from Pennsylvania. Every time I'm just like, what the fuck? He from my hometown. What the fuck?
Bro, we were in Ankara. You can't imagine how crazy it was that night in O2, bro. Like for real, buildings were shaking. You could hear like the planes passing by. You could hear bullets from far, like bombs, bro. Like we also thought we were gonna die. Like you're inside the dome, it starts shaking. You go outside, you know what to do. Actually, we were, bro. There's a very crazy story that day with Baraa.
Tell it.
I know what you know. Go ahead.
Okay. So what happens is, bro, we're chilling in Baraa and Cher's room. Okay, we're chilling in Baraa's room. It's summer 2016. Okay, bro. I think one of our friends was playing Call of Duty. I don't know if he was playing Call of Duty with Baraa. Does someone playing Call of Duty?
It was me and Sergio.
It was Baraa and Sergio playing Call of Duty. Bro, we're all watching the game like usual people would do. So we're just watching them play. Bro, all of a sudden, we start hearing shots. And there's a guy sleeping at the top bunk of the bed. And he goes like, is that inside or outside? He's confused. Bro, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on all this time.
No.
So this guy knocks on the door. Actually, he doesn't knock on the door. We open the door and we go outside. We look at, I don't know, me and Baraa leave, we look at this guy in the eyes and immediately he tells us something bad has happened. Now, there's some information that I cannot completely share, but that touched us in a different way. Like it had a different meaning. But we were like, oh shit, maybe this guy
thought it had something to do with us.
Yeah. Exactly. We walk outside, everybody, a lot of people are worried. We go to the Danishma, and like, so they tell us basically there's a coup going on. And bro, after people started finding out, like the whole school was kind of like crazy. It was hectic. People are going to the ATMs, moving the money. Like it was very tense, bro.
No.
Definitely a bad experience. But işte yani you win or you learn.
Of course.
Yeah, so that was kind of my first impression of Leon. So yeah, one thing I noticed, I was like from day one, like, you know, this dude cares about his studies, because I remember he used to go to the professor and ask her questions. Meanwhile, I was like, shit, if I don't know it, I'm just going YouTube that thing. I'm not walking in front of the class and ask no question.
Well, nothing changed. Nothing changed.
100%, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I'm new here. I don't speak the language. I am not. A lot of thoughts were going through my head. I'm like, what if she can't explain it in English properly? Because, you know, we had like one of those professors that, you know, she was kind of like tiptoeing between English and Turkish.
Yeah.
And like, even when she did explain it in English, I felt like I was a toddler, because she was explaining English like I was like we were toddlers. Like, you see,
like, thank you. Like,
if you remember it, Leon, he was like, if you do this, you do that, you find this. Hold up, wait a minute. Use your vocabulary. Use your, like,
bro,
this and that. I know I didn't come to Physics 105 to be learning about this and that.
Bro, I be telling iPad this all the time. You see, bro, find me another American brother that understands, bro. Like, iPad, we used to teachers from America obviously having native American accent, like English is the first language, accents like us, American accents. So like when you hear someone and they teach and it doesn't sound the same, bro, it's like weird. It's like no matter how good it is, bro, it's weird because you're not used to it. You know?
Yeah, that's like, true. That's probably true, bro. Yeah. But not all the teachers are me, like bro? That, obviously.
Okay, so Mo.
By the way, before you go to Mo, bro, you graduated, right? Where are you right now? I didn't know because
I'm in North Carolina. Actually,
when did you graduate?
I didn't graduate. I left the program as it is, and I came here to pursue software engineering instead of civil engineering.
Oh, really?
We're gonna get into that later in the pod, bro. That
Oh,
was the
okay.
second
Okay.
Yeah. So Mo, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, bro. Hit me.
Yeah. So yeah, like first time I saw Mo, you know, he was like freshman, right? You know, he was, you know,
18.
with
2
this,
years removed out of high school, bro. I was 19.
yeah, with this
No,
glimmer,
2018.
It was 2019. We met spring 2019.
Oh, okay.
with this glimmer in his eye, ready to take the world by storm, and you know, ambition and dreams at his peak. I was looking like, who is this goofy ass kid? Like, who is this goofy ass kid? Childish. But that was my honest, straight up like first impression. But then, like as I got to know Mo, you know, he's a stand-up, solid dude. You know, he's funny. He's cool to be around.
I
But yeah, my
appreciate that,
first
bro.
impression, I was like, man,
Big heart.
this goofy ass kid. Like he talks a lot. But what's up?
Even back then, bro, it was known that we would have been nice at this podcast shit. But all jokes aside, bro, y'all know, like Leon mentioned it on our first episode. Like, bro, y'all have seen me grow. I remember when I first came here, 2019, 2018. You know, that school year, bro, I was like a couple of half years moved out of high school. I was still a kid, bro. I mean, the past few years, y'all have seen me grow the fuck up. I mean, to Bara's point, like I've always been, you know, like Leon said, I've always been that dude, but I was just way more immature back then, obviously. But the same traits that you see about Muaz now that y'all see, I had it back then. But you know, Bara and I, we started getting, I mean, like, so we always fuck with each other. You know, I would come to the crib, like, you know, that's my guy, right? But we especially started getting really close last year, you know, bro. I remember like we, you know, but in the spring, you would come, you just call me, bro, let's hoop, right? During Ramadan, you know, we would have a lot of iftars together. I would go to the crib a lot last year. Last year, you know, we really started building a, you know, a dope connection. And, you know, I would
heard you never beat him one-on-one, though.
Huh?
No, I heard you never beat Baraa one-on-one.
Bro, why are we doing this in front of the camera? Come on, bro. Hey, speaking about that though, my man with the Spider-Man dribble, bro, my man just like he low-key nice with it, bro. He low-key nice. We played basketball, like we played 3v3, 4v4 with Bahaa, you know, Leon, you know Bahaa, tall dude in my dorm, you know, very good, obviously. Even Bahaa was just like, bro, like, yeah, I like what I see from Baraa, bro. Lockdown defender, because you know the soccer legs. He got the lateral quickness, quick hands.
All football players, when they go to basketball, they're known as nice defenders. Someone was just telling this to me.
Yeah, I think Mo mentioned that too. But for me, in basketball, it's all about showing off. Like that's how I am on the court. Just, you know, showing off, no results. Like I'm the type you have me on the team for, like, you know, aesthetics, but it come to a point I'm taking you down. Like it's like I'm breaking the whole shit down. I go to shoot, my shots are trash, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. My shots are complete trash. So yeah,
hey,
but
all jokes aside, bro, tell the dab on that fan base, you know, tell my guys right here your experiences playing pickup with me, bro. How we shoot lights out. I mean, y'all already know that, bro. Let's hear it from Baraa.
Oh yeah, we were dominating, and put us two together on the court, bro. We were dominating. If you remember, like we played against, you know, many teams, right? Whether it's 2-on-2 or like even if we have another person with us, a third, right? We were always crushing it on the court. And, you know, I gotta give props where it's due. You know, Mo, you know, taught me some things, because like my experience with basketball is like middle school, right? So like he was like, okay, so this is a good drill, you know, to practice to improve your shots. And it actually worked. You know, my shots improved a little bit. I mean, they still trash, but it's still less trash, you know, less trash than before. So
of course.
Yeah, I remember one game. I remember one game we played. I think it was like a 4v4 or 5v5. It was me, Mo, Bahaa, and I think somebody else. I don't remember.
Played full court?
No, we were playing half court, right? So we played against this other team, right? This other team. So in the beginning, I was trying to do like all of this, and then I'm like, you know what? We need to win this. So I was like, what's what's the objective? You know, get points, right? So Baja's the tallest nigga up in there. So like, just pass the ball to Baja. Let him do all the work. Yeah, because I see it. We give them the ball, they just looking at him. They can't even stop him. They're looking at him like, okay, man, go.
They looking at him like this, bro.
Yeah, they looking at him like, go score. Like, you know, we ain't gonna be able to stop you. So I'm like, okay, that's our way in. Just pass the ball. That's the whole game plan.
And if that don't work, just pass the ball to Muaz, bro. Let me drain from 3. Like, yeah, I'm a bucket. I'm automatic, and y'all know.
Oh yeah, Mo's nice with the threes. Mo's nice with the threes. I mean, to this day, I can't. I don't know. Even if I start practicing today, I won't be able to like make consecutive, you know, threes.
You know what happened?
I put in the work, but I know it takes a lot of hard work. So, yeah,
I appreciate that, bro.
Let me tell you the secret. In Mersin, when we were there, Muaz had a traumatizing experience because like, I think it was like Pat Bev kind of defender was there, and he's like, after this, he became better with the threes. Like, he's really traumatized. But since that day, something over here changed. Maybe one day he's gonna share it with you. Like, he knows what I'm talking about.
Something shifted. But he always be telling me how
that day.
He always be telling me how annoying I am as a defender.
You respect game, bro. As a good defender,
I'm on that. I'm on that ass. Pause.
I'm on that ass like back pockets too, bro. No worries. I mean, but all jokes aside, we got to put iPad into this because, you know, we like, obviously, bro, like we said, Baja's a beast, bro. My brother iPad right here. This is the white shack right here, bro. Even against Baja, you know, he be posting up, bro. This man, you know, Leon was calling him iPad Davis in Madison, bro. Like, can't be stopped in the paint, bro. You know, too big, bro. But transitioning from that, y'all, as iPad mentioned out before, and I said we'll get into that. But bro, talk about, and we all always relate to this, especially with any former METU student or whatever. Talk about your struggles, bro, of first coming into METU and deciding shortly after, like, oh nah, this ain't for me, fam. Like, I'm out.
Yeah, well, let me start with the first day in METU, right? I came on a Sunday, right? I didn't know anybody in the city, right? So I was looking for accommodation. I was already in school. I thought I would get accommodation straight up, right? So I went to, you know, to ask. They're like, oh, you gotta wait until tomorrow. So I had like a lot of, you know, baggage, a lot of bags with me. I thought about going to a hotel, but then I was like, you know what, let me just chill in campus. I literally slept in like the what's it called? Computer lab, dorm 2.
Dorm 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Monday morning. I mean, to be honest, I was just like I was too lazy to take all the stuff because I thought I was gonna go to campus and get situated straight away. So I was like, you know what? Let me just stay until the morning. It's only like a couple of hours. So yeah, I stayed in the dorm 2 lab. In the morning, got my, you know, dorm situation handled. Everything got settled, and then after that, I was already 3 weeks late to the semester. I missed my interactive registrations. I just came for. I remember coming in like mid-September to do my first registrations, and then went back because I had like a residence, something like I had some procedures I needed to get done, right? I went back, and then I got stuck there. I was only able to come back 3 weeks after the semester had already started. So mind you, you know how it is, like you've all been there, right? You know, first year and whatnot, you're still trying to figure out like what's what, you know, what to do with the courses, when are the midterms, what books do I need to get? All of these questions, you know, running through my mind. But now I'm like 3 weeks late to the semester. I don't know what's going on, and things are already moving. Things are already in motion. So I'm like,
doesn't help also that you can't find information in English that easily at the same.
Oh yeah,
unfortunately, right?
Yeah, that was a difficulty as well, right? So I'm trying to get my registration approved. Now I had to do a petition and get it signed from all my professors, right? And I'm pretty sure like other people have done that too. Because I remember from my friends, I know at least like 3 or 4 who were in the same situation.
I think Ali
But,
had to do a similar thing too.
Yeah, I think Ali, Hussein, I don't know about Hussein, but I think Ali had to do it too.
Mm.
So yeah, like I'm getting ready, to get into the program. They're like, oh, you have a midterm next week.
Welcome to METU.
Like, midterm, what is it about? Are you gonna ask me like about my personal life? I can ask. Are you gonna ask me like about my opinions on like what's going on in the world? I mean, I can kind of like answer that. Like calculus. I don't even have the book. I don't even have the book. What am I supposed to do in the midterm? Go sign my name and giving me points for that? Okay, but I mean, yeah. So yeah, like the first year was definitely a struggle, right? I didn't know like what was going on. I was going to classes. I was like, I'm pretty sure what's on the board is in English, but it looks like a foreign language to me. Calculus takers know what I'm talking about. People will
Oh, hell
calculus. Yeah. 119, yeah, and 120. Yeah. So yeah, like everything looks like a foreign language to me. I'm already like feeling some type of way about this whole thing, because it can be like unmotivating when you start something kind of like in a rough way. You get what I mean? Especially if you started unprepared. So I was already feeling some type of way, but I was like, let me give it a chance. So yeah, I found it hard to kind of to get in my element when it came to like the courses. I think it's because deep down I felt like civil engineering, the major that I was in, wasn't the one for me.
When did you come to that decision and decide, you know what, I don't want to do this, I don't want to waste years and invest my future with this? Like, at one point did you come to that?
Well, I was torn, and I wanted to do it since like the second year, but I was torn between like not giving up. I was torn between like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I need to give it a chance. You got to work hard. That kept on running through my mind. It made me like feel kind of guilty if I left it. I was like, you know what? I started something. You should finish something that you started. And these are lessons that unfortunately we were taught since we were kids. It's good to teach somebody to finish what they started, but it's when that person decided that this is something they wanted to start, right? There's a difference between something you wanted to start, you should finish it. But if it's something you were iffy about from the jump, you were kind of like persuaded into following it, there's nothing wrong with going a different path, because there's a difference between giving up and there's a difference between changing paths. See, if you decide to do something different, you're not giving up. Giving up is just you gave up on life, you're sitting, you're idle, you're not doing anything. But if you decide to drop something for something that you find more worthy, I believe that's okay, and it's important. Actually, it's important for people to grow.
Basically.
It's important for personal growth, right? So I felt like this is something that if I was taught before going in, maybe the outcome would have been different. But like we're taught also, like part of our religion, we're taught that everything happens for a reason. You learn from experiences. Sometimes, even if things were a different outcome, maybe you wouldn't be as strong as you are today. Maybe you won't be as smart. Maybe you won't be as perceptive, right? So yeah, I actually struggled with it for years and years, trying to get my courses done at the same time, not finding the drive to get up in the morning and do what I need to do. I would literally be sitting, books are in front of me, past papers in front of me, but there is no drive. There is no drive because I didn't see myself. You got to be able to visualize yourself. Like, I see myself in 10 years working this job, climbing the ranks. But if it's something that you don't want to do, that image is blocked, right? You can't see anything in 5 years.
It takes all your fire away, everything.
It takes all your fire, all your drive. So I finally, after years. I feel like, have y'all seen that one movie with Ice Cube called Higher Education?
I know that movie, but when did it come out?
It's an old movie. I think it came out like in the 1990s, probably.
I think I've seen it, bro. If it's a scene
Yeah,
where
but
he's a
anyway,
teacher, yeah.
Go ahead. My bad.
No, you go. I said if it was a scene where he was a teacher, yeah, I've seen it. But continue.
No, he wasn't a teacher. He was actually a student, right? Okay. The teacher was Lawrence Fishburne, you know, from The Matrix. Morpheus from The Matrix, right? So yeah, he was a teacher. But yeah, the moral of the story is why it reminded me of that movie, because Ice Cube was like there for 10 years. He graduated like after 10 years, right? But he was like kind of doing his own thing, right? And it kind of like reminded me. I was there kind of doing my own thing, you know. I wasn't like following courses. I would just like go to courses whenever it's mandatory. Sometimes even when it's mandatory, I wouldn't go. I would be in the library, people are studying, I'm over there reading books about psychology and sociology. Like I reached a point where I was like questioning, what the hell am I doing? Like I got a midterm tomorrow. I'm over here like messing around with novels and psychology books.
Library though. They had very many different books.
Yeah.
Library. Bro, basically I saw the same thing. That's why I found most of the architecture books. Same place.
Yeah, the library has some great reads, man. I gotta get more invested into that. Anyway, finish your point, bro.
Yeah, so one thing to those watching, you know, if you have any viewers from METU, that one that got any audience from METU, utilize that, you know, library resources, you know.
Very lucky.
Utilize it, you know. It doesn't have to be for your courses, it doesn't have to be for, you know, a project, you know. It's always a good way to expand your horizon, and it's free.
Yeah, iPad. You hear that, bro?
A nice place you can sleep too.
Yep.
You have no place.
Oh yeah,
and some great naps.
They still have those bean bags over there.
Yeah, and the red chairs. Yeah.
So,
you're telling me, bro. I was living there for 4 days before the finals this past semester. I know.
Baraa, wouldn't you say the first winter colliding with the fact that you just knew there made everything worse?
Oh yeah.
How was it for you? How was the winter?
The winter. To be honest, the winter was all right because I was kind of already used to those type of like cold winters. But I think the sudden shift, it took a little bit because I had come from Saudi Arabia. It was hot. It's hot over there. So when I came to Turkey, the sun shift kind of like it took a little bit. It took a little while to get used to, but like obviously here in America, the temperature is not that different from there, especially since, you know, we live in the East Coast, so temperature does drop. It's similar to Turkey's. Not as cold though, not as cold, because I remember in Turkey, temperatures were dropping down to like negative 18 degrees, which is crazy to think about. Like negative 18. So
yeah, but some people love the winter. Alper, why would you choose between winter and summer? Really?
Bro, probably winter, but not cold. Not cold winter, bro. Because in summer I'm sweating too much, bro. I don't want that, you know?
No, we know that. We know.
Yeah.
But iPad, you know, one of iPad's favorite moments in Otu will always be, he always used to tell me, it's like, bro, like those times where you come out the library, böyle, gece, you know, studying with your friends, and then that feeling like when you exit the library, yeah, there was a little bit something else too that day, you know. Yeah. But, you know, to add on to Bara's point, y'all, I do want to say, I think, well, maybe not iPad, but I know Leon and I have definitely faced that point where, especially maybe when you first started school, it's just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, is this even cut out for me? Like, bro, y'all know, I didn't even know what the fuck a limit was in calculus until I came to ODTÜ. I mean, as Saudi Hoca credited, you know, as I say, every episode, I mean, built my math from nothing, ground up to, you know, where it is now. So I remember it took me 4 times, bro, to pass calculus math. And you got to remember, this is not just any type of math. This is METU math. And, you know, this is the best university in the country. On top of this, the math department is just like MIT's math department in America. So you're literally solving MIT level math related exams. And I don't even know what the fuck a limit was. Like in high school, the lowest grade I ever got on any exam was maybe like a 40, 50. And that was rare. And I took honors in AP. I was that kid in high school. So to come here and get just my first 2 years to just get straight 5s and 6s and 7s on math exams. It was extremely depressing. I said, maybe this ain't for me. Like, I had many sleepless nights.
You know,
contemplating my whole future. Like, yo, I get it. All right, small fish in a big pond, but is this shit really cut out for me?
My first physics exam, I got a 27 my whole life. I had never gotten such a low grade. But it doesn't even exist, you know? It's like, past 50, what are you doing in school, even if it's high school?
See, I passed all this stuff in high school, so he got an advantage.
Not all of them, but yeah, I knew that. I knew what was limit. And they were too. But not that too much.
There's levels. There's levels, bro.
Yeah, of course, bro.
No, because I think 2 hours, they're like, okay, limit. You guys know this thing. Then he says it in Turkish, and then you move on to the next.
I think they do it deliberately to humble you. You come out, you know, you come to METU feeling like you're the shit. You know, I'm A student. I'm about to kill it over here. They ain't ready for me. And then they slap you with that first midterm. Pah. You sit there, your whole facial expression changes. You know, your face drops. You're like,
that's
you're thinking about calling the, you know, the proctor. Hey, I think you must have given me the wrong midterm. This ain't for me. It ain't supposed to be looking like this.
And then, bro, like, you look. I remember vividly. I forget where my first math exam was in the math department, I think. Bro, I look around at the kids around me. My exam full of water and sweat dripping from my neck and my hands. I look at these other dudes, all these motherfuckers writing shit, full ass paper and pencil. I'm just like, what the fuck? The pressure, bro. It's the pressure, man.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing. It's a good thing to know. You know, don't compete with the next person. Compete with yourself. Don't be looking at the other person solving the exam. It's only gonna mess you up.
100%. You know, be your own biggest competition. So, bro, you know, going to our third topic, after your experience in METU and living 7 years in Turkey, especially this segment is important for me, bro. How does it feel for you to be settled back, you know, back in America after, as I mentioned, 7 years of being here? How's that transition like when you came there last summer?
Well, it's tough, but it feels amazing just because I'm
new energy.
Yeah, I'm moving. I'm getting a lot done. I'm more productive, more efficient. I'm able to, you know, do a lot more. I can see my goals manifesting, you know, even though like the big goals are far ahead, but you know, the ones that are broken down, the smaller goals, the ones that lead to that are actually coming into fruition, right? So yeah, there's a difference between putting in work and you know, getting the results, and then, you know, just putting in work and is going nowhere. So I think it's not just about working hard. You also gotta, you know,
work smart.
Work smart. Yeah.
It's a combination of both. Like that's the thing, you know. All those like scripted, you know, kind of like scripted quotes or scripted advices, they usually, you know, cater to specific types of people. But like one thing for sure is that in regards to everything, there has to be like balance. So if you find that good balance between working hard and working smart, I believe that, I mean, that's just my opinion.
Switching that up, bro, talking about, this is the first time, and I've been looking for this segment. I've been looking forward to this for a while. This is the first time we're actually going to have a good conversation about music, artists, you know, because I know you're a big, I mean, we're all big music guys, but especially Baraa, my man knows his rap, my man knows his meth, and his Red Man, definitely. So I want to get into the whole, I want to have this debate with you, bro, and with all of y'all. Your top 5 rappers of all time.
Top 5. Okay, so number 1, you gotta go with Kung Fu King, Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
Kendrick Lamar. My second, for that spot, either Method Man or Ice Cube. You know, it's tough to pick. Yeah, or my boy Leo. Yeah, rapping in English and Turkish. That's been a little healing up in there. Maybe one day you'll make it into my top 5. Who knows? So yeah, Method Man. Third, J. Cole, Jermaine, Cole. Fourth, let's see. Fourth would have to be Tupac. Fifth,
You said Drake?
Drake. Drake.
Uh-oh. And I love Drake. Okay, you know what, bro? Give me round out your top five. I want to put y'all on.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see. The fifth. Fifth. I'd say 50 because I grew up.
What about Eminem? Right. I think I'd trade Eminem with Tupac for you.
All right.
I mess with M. He's in my top 10. I like M. But for me, M, I like his, his wordplay, how technical he is, how he innovated, the whole rap scene, right? But for me, it just boils down to like who I can relate to. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that I relate to, everything they rap about, but it's more like the style and what they're actually saying. So yeah, I like artists for different reasons, right? For example, lyrical prowess and wordplay. I'd say Kendrick Lamar and M, they're both good at this, throwing in, double entendres, triple entendres, the rap schemes, all of that, the things that they bring into it are, profound, right? But then it's also about like what they're actually saying, rapping about, struggles, life, all of that, because that's how hip hop originated, right? People were talking about what they were going through, right?
Yeah. Struggle.
Right? So yeah, these are my top five. I mean, yeah, M, Jay-Z, I'd say, Master Killer from Wu-Tang,
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the whole Wu-Tang, right?
I's a big Wu-Tang fan, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to fit them into like a top 5 list, top 10 list, just because there's so many. I mean, if we were just to talk about rappers of today, I mean, I fuck with JID, Jid. He really he really putting in work. He really putting out quality music, in terms of lyricism, in terms of flow, cadence, all of that. You got Corday as well. I'm talking about like the relatively new artists, right?
That's great.
People like Joyner Lucas, but yeah, there are a lot of them. So yeah, these are my top 5. So anybody
before we give our top 5s, bro, I just want to say, and I be telling dudes this all the time. Look, bro, I think there's a distinction between hip hop and actual rap. Now, don't get this twisted. Like, a lot of rappers are just rappers. Not saying that rap isn't a form of hip hop. Of course it is. But if you ask me, of course, because it's all subjective, I view hip hop as this big like thing, and rap is under that umbrella. So like, there are some guys, you can call them an artist, but you can't just strictly label them as a rapper. Like, for example, Kanye West, artist, not a rapper. Drake, artist, not a rapper. Yeah, I know these dudes can rap, but yeah, I view them more as versatile artists. Like Eminem, solely a rapper. That's what he does. Of course, he can do other things. Like, I'm not saying he's not an artist. Eminem is in my top 5.
He's a rap artist, not a hip hop artist. That's what you're trying to say, right? Yeah, I get the distinction, because when you look at people like Drake or Kanye, for example, Drake, he does R&B as well, right?
Right, exactly.
He touches on other genres, right? Then you find people, you find other artists that are primarily hip hop artists or rappers, but they're so versatile that there's, for example, Kendrick. You see how he does with his music, he's very involved in the production, the sound,
hip hop artist. Like, he changes the sound a lot. Like, he's also very artistic. You can see from his videos, he's like more of an art director kind of bro.
Exactly, because there are some rappers where it's just like, okay, give me a fire beat, you know, give me a fire beat, I rap over it, and they do it very well, and you know, they become successful. But that's what differentiates, you know, the rapper from the actual artist. The artist has kind of like a vision for his song. He doesn't want to just rap over a beat. He wants to be involved in the beat. So you give him a beat, you're like, okay, you speed that up, you know, slow it down. You know, why don't you put like a, I don't know, like a bird sound in there or a frog sound? You watch that Mario movie, feel the noise, you know what I'm talking about. You know, you just took a sound of the frog and you're like, I put it in there. So yeah, that's the main difference between just a rapper.
My top 5, without any order: Pac, Biggie, Hove, Jay-Z, Nas, and M. Not in any distinct order. 50's in my top 5. Ice Cube is in my top 5. I mean, obviously, Meth and Red, the whole Wu-Tang, I'll just consider them as one. They're in my top 10. But
you gotta give the order, bro. Come on, man. Who's your top 1?
I can't give an order, bro. I cannot.
Okay, fair enough.
There should be one artist, bro, you enjoy most. Just one artist, you know.
Kendrick is my favorite artist of all time. Kendrick's been my favorite artist since 10th grade, sophomore year in high school. However, my all-time list, you see, bro, it's just like basketball. I think these are the all-time greats. So like my top 5
so
list
hard,
of,
right?
you know, it's bro, it's very subjective. I mean, what about y'all?
Yeah. For me, actually, okay, for me it's actually Turkish rap and English rap, obviously, because I'm Turkish.
So you have a top 5 for Turkish and a top 5 for English?
No, I'm not gonna count all of them, bro. I'm just gonna put them on the same list. Yeah. So for my first one, bro, it's Lil Wayne probably. I love Lil Wayne so much. So for a second, it's Lil Wayne.
Oh, Lil Wayne, Weezy. Okay.
Yeah. Second, it's Ceza. You guys know Ceza?
I love Ceza.
Isn't he like the grandfather of rap in Turkey?
He's a Turkish Eminem, bro. Turkish Eminem.
Yep.
Eminem is the American Ceza.
He's kind of like the one. Bro. I might be wrong, but Ceza is like the one who put Turkey on the map when it comes to like rap.
I mean,
because he collaborated with Tech Nine, with
Busta. Yep. He is, bro. He's a fast rapper, yeah.
He's a pioneer, bro. He's definitely one of the pioneers in Turkey of rap.
And with Sagopa, obviously. So I'm gonna put 3 on Sagopa on 3, and 4th on Eminem, I can say, because I like the fast rappers, you know. And as a 5, bro, like, I mean, like Muaz said, bro, there is so many good rappers, but I'll put Wu-Tang, because I was listening Wu-Tang in America in just summer. That summer. Wu-Tang Clan.
Nice.
Wait, so Leon? Is the question best rappers or best hip hop?
Your top 5 artists within like
top 5. Okay, in hip hop, right? Not just rap. Okay, I'm going to be honest, because you know it's like the Pele Messi thing. It's like I never watched Pele play. I only watched his YouTube videos. Like some of you are mentioning artists, you only have one song in the library, but I mean he's a goat, but you don't listen to him. So I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna say, in no particular order, I would say Kanye West, Drake, bro. Drake is like the king. So I'm gonna.
Drake is undeniable. Drake is the LeBron of hip hop, I would say, bro, of our generation, easily. I mean, no question.
Wait, so you said
Kanye West and Drake, 100%, those two.
I'm gonna count J. Cole too, bro.
I'm gonna say J. Cole, Kendrick. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And number 5? Bro, number 5 depends on the mood. Today I'm feeling Travis.
Bro, why didn't you say
Post Malone, bro?
I was expecting Logic.
Post Malone.
Yeah, bro, where's Logic at?
Yeah, man, he been talking about Logic before Logic blew up.
Yeah, actually, bro, I was gonna say, to be honest, I was gonna say Logic, to be honest, but I was like, nah, that's not the smart thing. But 100%, because bro, he has 2 classic albums. I was trying to be, yeah, bro, that was fake. So yeah, Logic definitely. Logic takes the 5.
You just pretty much named like my favorite artist as of now. Like your top 5 list is my top 5 artists that I've been listening to. Like my favorite artists, like
100%, because bro, how many Tupac songs do you have or Biggie songs? You know, it's like, fine, Maradona is a good football player, MJ is a good basketball player, but bro, you never watched him. Like your best, you have to have watched the best to see what he was going through, his news.
I mean, bro, I
his
listen
life.
to these dudes all the time, but
I
I know
listen
what you mean.
to Wu-Tang, Tupac. I listen to that. I listen to Tupac and Wu-Tang more than I listen to new music, to be honest. I mean, that's just me. I mean,
fair enough. Then if that's the case, yeah. So it's like
Same with
LeBron is the
Baraa.
GOAT,
I mean,
by the
I
way,
listen
right?
to both.
He's number one in scoring. Also, one more thing, let me just add this. At the end of the day, when everybody dies, there's only one thing that will remain, which is history. People won't know like what this guy did or that. They're just gonna go through the history books, they search who won the most this. They know it's Kanye West. They may or may not know he was crazy or something, but when the numbers are written down, it's like that. And I think same thing with LeBron, top leading scoring. How many? 4 rings, right? Bro, he's the GOAT yani işte. Finished.
Helal be.
See you guys next time. Dub on that.
Kanye is the greatest artist, I would say, of our generation, easily, of 2010 generation. Kanye is the greatest talented artist, in my opinion, of the 2010 generation, easily. But
that's why I didn't list Tupac as the first, because you know I still listen to Tupac, but I listen to Kendrick more because you know it's more relatable. Like Tupac was ahead of his time, and you know, rich lyrics and all of that. But you know, after time passes, a new artist comes along, or an artist after Tupac comes along, and you know they put out quality music. You know, they say things that resonate with you. So that's why, like, top fives, it's hard to put them in order. Like Mo said, it's hard to put them in order to say like who you rank as your number one. For me, what helps me decide is like, who do I listen to most? And then even that's not definitive, because like on one day I feel like listening to two day, another day I feel like, you know, listening to something that's not even hip hop.
Bro, it can even change for like 1 hour later, you know?
Your whole mood, right?
Yeah, whole mood.
Actually, I feel like changing my list as well, but no, never mind. It just changed.
We'll be doing top fives till tomorrow.
That's why for me, like I said, all time, because all time is easier. But bro, don't get it twisted, Leon. I understand everything that you said, bro. Most dudes are like that, but bro, you know how good my old school game is. I mean, I listen to old school as much as I listen to these new guys. So it depends on my mood for that day. Like tonight, after this, bro, I'm feeling listen to some old school. So that's what I'm gonna do. But it just depends on the mood, you know.
Right. So
by the way, just
where they're from.
On a side quest, is LeBron now the GOAT? How many rings does MJ have? Can I ask? How many rings?
6.
6? Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Bro, you know the answer for me and iPad. I mean, we would take LeBron over anyone. I love LeBron. For me, if we're talking about
good, bro, end it there. Stop this. Oh, he played before he won how many World Cups, bro? You never watched the guy. You have no. The only MJ you know is like 57 years. Okay, never mind.
I mean, bro, there are tapes, right?
Like you don't know MJ. Like for example, somebody else knows MJ.
That's Wilt though. That's Wilt. Wilt is the Pele of basketball.
Yeah,
that's Wilt, bro. But bro, let's not get into that because we'll run out of time if we talk about that, bro.
You can't compare two people from two different
eras.
Times, because in order for you to decide who's the best, they'd have to go against each other, right?
Bro, you know what?
We have to go up of eras, actually, yeah.
Bro, since we're on this topic, I see NBA players, like not even basketball, like not even professional players, bro. Like literally, honestly, with all my humble opinion, bro, I feel like if you put anyone from this time, whether it's y'all for football, for me and iPad basketball, bro, put us with this knowledge and this sports training and all this, you know, materials and everything. Put us back in the 50s, bro. Put me an iPad in the 50s, bro, in the NBA, and tell us we wouldn't be getting buckets, bro, or tell us we wouldn't be good shooters. Like you can't compare eras.
The sport itself.
Luka Doncic and Klay Thompson.
You know Kyrie's with Luka now, Leon. You know that, right?
He's with the Mavericks, right?
Yeah, he got traded.
Yeah, bro, that's my new team. One layup, Luka Doncic. Let's go, bro.
Yeah, the sport itself changed over the years. I think it like Yeah, the pacing, the tactics, all of that. Even like I don't know much like about basketball apart from like the rules and who like top players are. But one thing I know about sports, like if you take soccer or football, for instance, Leon knows this, I think he's been watching football for a long time. So like the way the refs are nowadays, they have assistants, they have VAR. Back then, a lot of things used to fly, the game was more
no replay, nothing.
it was more rough. You had people like Pepe, they were breaking legs out there and getting away with it.
Same in the 90s, bro. Same in basketball. In the 80s, you got dudes fucking wrestling each other. No fucking foul. Bro, that ain't good defense. That's just you mound the shit out of him.
Like, I've seen guys throwing hands at each other.
Yeah, so with that being said, it's hard to say because like somebody in that time with those rules was able to thrive. But the question begs itself, would he be able to perform the same with these new set of rules that the game has shifted? So that's why it just comes down to like a preference. Like what type of style do you enjoy? Who do you think is the GOAT? That's a subjective question because what type of style do you enjoy? Do you like the hard going dunking? Do you like the one who's nice with the threes like Steph Curry? Do you like somebody with nice handles? So it's subjective. It's really subjective. Why do you watch sports in the first place? Some people don't even watch it for like the believe it or not, they don't watch it for like who's gonna win. They want a good show.
Exactly.
Shout out to Ronaldinho, if you remember the Ronaldinho days, he used to entertain people, whether they won or lost. He entertained people. They used to call him
sports is entertainment, bro. Zaten. That's sports is entertainment.
Exactly. So the whole thing is subjective. You can't really objectively say. You can objectively say that okay, this person in terms of scoring, he's the best because he gathered points. But if you're talking about like overall, it's just subjective. You can't really be objective about it.
Since you brought up the whole GOAT thing, bro, our last 20 minutes, we have to make time for this. My favorite topic on here. Say it with me, bro. You motherfuckers think you can do this to me? Y'all motherfuckers be playing basketball in Pelican Bay. When I get finished with you, shoot program. 23-hour lockdown. I'm the man up in this beast. Training day.
I love that movie, bro. Inception.
So this I especially made a whole special segment for this, bro. Training day, favorite movie of all time. Denzel, favorite actor of all time. This is a huge insider between me and Baraa. I paired this movie last February. Leon, you watched this movie?
I've watched enough since to maybe have watched it on YouTube.
Don't cap, bro.
I could have sworn I made y'all watch that movie. I literally sat Fahim and Ali down like y'all gotta watch some good movies. Y'all watching that boom pow Jason Statham all day. You need to watch something with a little bit of substance.
Crazy. I mean, I don't watch so many movies anyway, but I know it's one of the classics.
It got an Oscar. So, bro, I know every scene from that movie is an amazing scene. But what is your iPad? You remember the movie, obviously. I showed you last February break at your place. But what's your favorite
scene? Not like you, obviously.
Bro? Well, I put it on, but yeah, I introduced you to it. But what is your favorite scene, bro, in that movie? If you can pick just one scene.
Well, the first one will be the first scene, the opening of the movie, when he walks into the diner, right?
Was she a dyke? Was she a lesbian? They liquor license.
Yeah, so you got Officer Hoyt, right? Rookie. He's trying to get a feel for the situation and whatnot, he's trying to like figure out like what's going on, like what's his assignment for the day. So naturally he's nervous, right? So he wants to engage in conversation, right? But Alonzo, he's a vet, OG, right? So he got his own thing, he has his own way of running things. So he sits down and he's trying to talk. So he's like, how did it go? So yeah, he's like, may I read my newspaper? Or something like that, right?
He said, he kept talking. He was like, can I read my paper in peace? And then he said another thing. And then he was just like, all right, tell me a story. my story, not your story, a story.
A
See
story.
this? It's 90% bullshit, but it's entertainment, and you won't let me entertainment. So you tell a story with your bullshit.
Yeah. So he goes,
You know,
he goes
all
like,
the lyrics, bro.
so he's like, this is a newspaper, right? It's 90% bullshit, but it entertains me. You won't let me read it, so you entertain me with your bullshit. Your story, go.
Man, I mean, the whole movie is amazing. Like the plot twists, everything. I can't pick, but honestly, if I had to pick a scene, it would be the ending scene. What I introduced talking about, like crazy, bro. The acting,
the King Kong scene.
Yeah,
that's the most.
King Kong ain't got shit on me. Yeah, bro, because he really shows the 5 stages of grief, like in denial. Like he says, "Oh, you can shoot me, but you can't kill me. Shit, ain't no way I can lose." Like to have, I mean, an ego, obviously. I mean, bro, and also I think in movie history, like obviously Denzel's the villain in the movie, but we've never seen a movie where the villain is like so charismatic and he's so smooth with it. It's like you want him to win, even though he's the villain. And it's like it's crazy, bro. Every time a movie's damn good when you've seen it 20 plus times, and every time you see it, you gain a new perspective. Like I learned something new every time I watched the movie. I think, but I told you this last time, like the couple scenes where he decided in his mind that he was gonna kill him. Remember, he planned this whole shit from Jake. That's why he made him take the drug. That was really another funny scene. In the beginning, like, bro, it's like the mind games. You know what I'm saying? The manipulation that he does with you. It's like he tells him to take it, and he's just like, "Hey, it's not like anyone had a gun to your head or anything. You a grown man. You made that decision."
Let me take it a step further. If you pay attention closely to the movie, Alonzo wanted Hoyt to join him. He truly wanted him to be in his, making him take the smoke the PCP or whatever it was like a contingency.
That was a backup, right? In case he flaked or
in case he refused, right? Because if you remember the car scene, he was like right after he shot Roger, and then he went out and he's like going over the story. He's like, just take the money. He was literally like begging him, like, just take the money, be with us,
Yeah,
it's
fish
like,
fry, do whatever, right?
Yeah, fish fry will make the boys feel better, right? So it's like, in this world, to get somewhere, you gotta have a little bit of
dirt on you.
Yeah, for everybody for anybody to trust you. And I think it's why the movie was so powerful, because it reflected the reality, the reality of like what was going on. I think it was set in LA. I think it was set in Los Angeles. Yep. Yeah. So and if you remember throughout the whole movie, he was kind of like trying to coach him, right? Even though it was like tough type of shit, but that's what he needed. Remember, it was like, how was your Espanol? It was like, más o menos, like, learn that shit,
brother. Learn that shit, brother. She'll get you killed out here.
So it's like, remember he pulled him over after that crazy neighborhood shooting? He's like, okay, pull over. Like in the highway, like, just pull over.
You got to decide whether you want to be a wolf or a sheep.
Yeah. Right. So he pulls him over. It's like, listen. And that's why I love, the whole character, the way he approaches it. It was like, cool. They're like, listen, you're in a privileged position to learn a thing or two. Keep your mouth shut and your eyes open. It's like, go get your ink, get a tattoo so that you're recognized as not a police officer. You're recognized as, you're down with it, right? Or go give him a hand. And then the camera moves to some like state troop or some police officer changing a tire. So the whole direction of the movie is like, it's brilliant. That's why I can watch it. I don't know how many times. Like I've watched it already, like tens of times, like 15, 20 times, and I can still go back to it and still enjoy it. It's like one of those movies that never get old. But yeah, and of course the last iconic scene, I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers. Okay, all right.
Okay, I'm putting cases on all you bitches. You think you can do this shit to me? I'm the police. I run shit here. You just live here. Bro, we might as well just reenact the whole motherfucking movie, bro. At this point, I mean, shit, we know every damn scene line for line, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even think I need to watch it anymore. I just watched it. Thanks,
guys.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
starring Baraa and Mo. That's the bootleg version, bro.
Yo, we shot funny story
that
for
shit
y'all.
from a box.
We would sell though, bro. We shouted out Ahmed in the beginning of this episode, right? I remember in summer school, I had Ahmed in my dorm, and I was showing him training day, and I was saying all the scenes. And it came to a point, bro, where he took my laptop, he paused it, he turned at me, he's Muaz, shut the fuck up so I can watch the movie. Yeah. Right. So, anyways, last topics, bro. Quick hitters before we let you go. You know, this is a segment where we added that our guests, our viewers can know the guests better. So, just a few quick hitters on your way out. Top 5 dinner guests that you'd like to bring to your table, dead or alive. But top 5 guests, you'd like to have a dinner party with at your table.
Well, we just talked about training day, so Denzel Washington gotta be up in there.
Right.
I'd say Malcolm X.
He's on my list, right?
Malcolm X and Dr. King. So that's
Also
already
on my list.
That's already 3. I would say Thomas Edison.
Okay.
Thomas
That's
Edison.
4.
The 5th one, Kendrick Lamar. Oh no, not Kendrick Lamar. J. Cole. Yeah.
J. Cole. Solid list. If you had to go back in time and live a specific moment from your life, not like a prehistoric time, just your specific life, which time would you pick?
Well,
like relive a moment.
Well, let me understand the question properly. Do you mean like relive it as my current self going back in the past to live in that time zone, or relive a moment when I was that age at that time?
That's a great question. Nah, not with your current knowledge. Go back to that time and just everything happens again, but you're the same you. Just literally relive it, not with any extra knowledge or right.
I would go back. I would go back to when I was, I'd say, 7, 8 years old. No concern, no worry in the world. Just sitting with a couple of friends on a PlayStation, going out riding bikes. Didn't have
Simpler
to think
times.
about bills, no responsibilities. So yeah, I would say in my childhood, 7, 8 in that range, or actually any years between the age of when I started remembering, around 4 all the way up to I'd say 10 years. When you were a child and before you started experiencing the what's it called, all the anxieties that come with the teenage years. I think those were the best years.
Definitely, man. That's a great answer. And to get you up out of here, if you were to be I don't want to say animal or any creature, I guess, what would you manifest yourself to be? If you could transform into a creature. For me, it's a dragon, bro. I told y'all this before. I wish I was a dragon, bro. I wish I could just snap my fingers and be like this human that transforms into this black and red fire breathing dragon. But yeah.
Fire. For me, look, on my chessboard, I'm a king, right? King of the jungle is the lion. So I'm naturally a lion, king of my jungle. So if I were to be any type of animal, it's a lion.
I like that. But I'm gonna still flame your ass with my fire though. So none of that means nothing.
Bro, he set you up. He didn't tell you it's a competition.
I'll make sure.
Hey, what about y'all? Leon, iPad, what about you guys?
That's a nice one. Let me think.
iPad would be a bear, but you already a polar bear.
No, I'll be a gorilla, bro,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not the beer, bro.
Look at Leon. Leon would be a cheetah. Let me guess, bro. Cheetah, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. What are these? Are dragons even real? First of all.
Bro, I mean, it's the closest thing to a dinosaur. I said mythological, and it was the closest thing to a dinosaur.
You could be anything.
Yeah.
Bro, I'd be the same beast, but a different animal.
This ain't no Kanye Kobe commercial, bro. Just answer the damn question. Man, this ain't no Nike commercial, bro. Just answer the question.
Okay, I'd be a Goku.
Ah, shit. He said I'm gonna be a beast.
I'd be a Saiyan, bro.
Batteries not included.
You'd be a what?
I'd be a Saiyan.
Okay. Was
That's,
that guy
that's
in
a good
anime?
ass answer.
Gaku?
I like that. I like that because a Saiyan turns into a giant ape.
Ape.
Yeah.
Okay.
This ain't no racial thing, y'all. It's just Super Saiyan.
Nah. We got it, bro. Astaghfirullah, never, bro. But
Yeah.
all right,
That's
y'all.
crazy. Wait, okay,
my
let's
boy.
wait. We still have 6 minutes. Let's do the
Yeah.
second
We
question
can,
too.
we can finish it out. It's up to y'all. Yeah, we don't have to conclude. All right. Anything y'all want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to know you guys' list, the top 5 dinner guys list.
Alper
That's
and right. Moaz. We could have had that on a different segment. Yeah, I'll get into that, bro. If I had to pick top 5 dinner guests, Malcolm X, 1, definitely. This is not in any order. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, 2, Braun. Obviously, I'll pick LeBron to my table. That's 3. Man, super tough.
Who was the second one? Malcolm X, LeBron. There was somebody in the middle.
Professor Martin Luther King.
Oh, Dr. K. Okay.
Dr. King, right. That's 3. Man, I don't know, bro. I'm put on the spot. I never really thought about it. I knew I wanted to have, Dr. King and Malcolm X. My dad made me watch a lot of documentaries about Malcolm X growing up. Huge, obviously, Malcolm X fan. As I said, Braun.
Not an artist. You want to have an artist to jump in the table?
Yeah, I would. You know what? I would have Kendrick. That's 4. And honestly, I'll probably change this answer later, but as of right now, I'll probably have Tyler, the Creator, because he's fucking hilarious and it would be funny as shit. So, yeah.
I should have put a comedian on there.
Yeah, but what about y'all?
More, Alper?
So I'll go with Atatürk hocam.
I knew this was coming.
Okay. Then I'll go to the sports, bro. I mean, LeBron, MJ, and Messi, and I don't know, Malcolm X, because you guys talk too much about Malcolm X. I'm not like having zero knowledge of him, but I don't know that much, so I want to know him.
You want to know what's the whole deal with it?
Yeah.
Appreciate. Leon Baba.
I think Malcolm X is too full at this point, so I'm not gonna pick him. He's
already
booked. Got too many reservations.
He already booked.
So for real though, I'm gonna go with number 1. I'm gonna say Jesus. For real. Number 2, I'm gonna say Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Right.
That's real.
Who else would I gonna have dinner with? For you, right? Then
I thought about the prophets, but I didn't want to bring religion into it.
Then I picked those. So we all have a dinner. Oh
wait, what did you say?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, can you recap it? You said Jesus.
I said Jesus.
Prophet
I said Prophet Muhammad.
Peace be upon him.
Exactly. Then I said Alper, Baraa, and Muaz. Why? Because
Aga be.
exactly.
See, I'm flattered, but at the same time, I can't help but think, bro, you just wasted your whole thing. you give us a call, we there.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I have the
mix it together. Like, what are you talking about?
Bro, I believe with those 2, the first 2, but it really doesn't matter. It's like all the knowledge, all the information should be here.
Man.
And then at the rest of it all, like, let's share this information, like we're having this meeting. Plus it's like we're boring. It's like none of you guys said any of us. It's like, I'm not gonna invite you to my dinner. But
bro, because you're always invited to our dinner, bro.
Yeah, tabii.
Of course yani. I mean, if you're neyse şimdi bir şey diyeceğim de yani
it's gonna be in Mersin.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, after Dame time, but for only 4 people. The rest no Dame time.
After Dame time, of course. No, bro. Eat before Dame time, so iPad can do Dame time after we eat. Yeah. Of course. But all right, y'all. That about wraps up this episode. My boy Baraa, we really appreciate you coming on, bro. Like I said, we're trying to get this for a minute now. Finally ended up in the works. I want to say we appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate it too. Thanks for having me. It's an honor to be in your podcast. And
no doubt, bro. We appreciate it.
I really like what you guys are doing with the podcast. Reaching out to audiences, especially the college student perspective, and growing out of college. So yeah, big ups to that. I wish you all the success And, you know, may your channel forever thrive.
We appreciate it, my brother. You know, we'd love to have you on again sometime in the future, bro, if you're free. Why not? The remix, you feel me?
Yeah,
No doubt. No doubt. So, all right, then. With that being said, everybody, all y'all, my brothers, take care of yourselves. Love y'all. That was episode 11. Dab on that. Signing out. Everybody have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Peace out, y'all.